What's going on, everyone? My name is Carly Patton Jones, and honestly, man, I'm very happy that one, I've completed it, and two, it felt too soon that I completed it, and three, the review for it is here. I am here to give it to you. The review for God of War, Ghost of Sparta. But before we get into it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Share this video with your friends so they know the greatness of the Ghost of Sparta. And also be sure to know that this video is sponsored by Blacklight.com, one of the best furniture brands that you will ever find on the internet. It is a brand unlike any other. It has the best looking desks ever that you cannot find in any furniture store, and the most comfortable chairs that you will ever sit in. It's like the moment that you sit down in one of these chairs, you will instantly fall asleep just like that because of how comfortable it is. And check this out. It lasts longer than any chair that you can find in any furniture store. It lasts longer than the chair that you're sitting in now. And not only that, you can get 10% off with any purchase with my code, CodyPanda10. It's CODYPANDA10. Link down below. Honestly, man, let's get it cracking, shall we? Obviously, the review for God of War, Ghost of Sparta, is right here, right before your eyes, looking at you, talking to you, having a one-to-one conversation with you or with whoever's watching this video with you. And obviously, granted, there were some flaws here and there when I was recording the final episode, Brothers in Arms. And yeah, I noticed I did keep saying Brothers at Arms when I meant to say Brothers in Arms. But y'all get the point. But obviously, it was the most chaotic finale in the entire God of War series I've recorded. It was way better than the ending for Chains of Olympus. But as I said in the review for that one, Ghost of Sparta has always been my personal favorite out of the PSP God of War games. Do they compare to the original God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3, 2018, and Ragnarok? Hell no. But it doesn't change the fact that it is better than the PSP one. It is better than Chains of Olympus. It was great, it was enjoyable, it was fun to play. But I've always really enjoyed Ghost of Sparta because it felt like as if the more you progress, the more you get to see the Kratos that we saw in God of War 2 and 3, where his limits have finally been struck and he completely started to become the monster that pulled on a full Greek genocide. So I've always thought that this one was better. But here's a little context if you don't know about the story. In God of War, Ghost of Sparta, you are brought back into Kratos sitting in the throne of Ares, and this was after God of War 1. And while he was sulking and just being mad at the universe for everything that he's lost, he got a glimpse of something in his mind, a flashback of his childhood with his, who we thought was gone, his brother Deimos. And his mother, who we didn't even know existed until God of War, until the third episode I released. She revealed that Deimos lives, and that Thanatos, the god of death, has him in his domain. And so Kratos is being pushed to a point to where he must return to Sparta to gain information, to remember everything about that day when Ares took his brother and Athena did nothing. She didn't do shit to stop Ares from taking Deimos. But the reason why they took him is because the oracles warned that a marked warrior would bring the destruction of Olympus and wipe out the Olympian deities. And so, with Deimos naturally being born with that mark on his face, they thought that it was him. Little did they know, Deimos was not going to be the one to wipe out all of Olympus and wipe out, well, all of Greece. They mistakenly took the wrong brother. And instead, it was Kratos that would wipe out the entire Greek pantheon. But as we progress through the story, we learn more and more that Athena was really trying hard to stop him from pursuing his long-lost brother. And the reason why is because she knew that Deimos was not the one that would wipe out the Greek pantheon. And instead, she knew that it was Kratos. She just didn't really want to... Actually, no. I think it was... Maybe it was Athena that knew. I don't know, but she tried to really, keep him from pursuing his brother. And she mentioned how he was meant to be saved and not taken, not Deimos. She said it herself, too. I was only there to protect you, Kratos. And that his brother would be the end of Olympus. But the problem is, she knew it would be Kratos. She knew because Kratos was her chosen warrior. But as things progress through the story, things completely go south. And as you already saw in the ending yesterday, Deimos and Kratos fought together against Thanatos. But things go wrong. Deimos dies. Kratos completely goes berserk to a point to where he becomes this indestructible god of destruction. He becomes death himself. And so, in the final fight, he destroys Thanatos, kills him, and he becomes death itself. And in mourning and carrying his brother to the grave that the gravedigger made for him from a few episodes back, he was tempted to walk off the cliff and kill himself. But he learned that he has become death. Athena comes out and tries to comfort him by saying, "You are now a god. You cut ties, everything that made you mortal, or your humanity and all that stuff that makes you weak and human, are gone. You severed your ties. You're ready to be an Olympian." And that really fucking irked him to a point to where he looked at Athena and said, "This isn't over. The gods will pay for this."
It is not over. The gods will pay for this.
Hence, launching into God of War 2, even though God of War 2 came out before the PSP games. But it's like, story-wise, it leads to God of War 2. And the flashback, or that little flash in the after credits, fucking amazing. Great, great fucking touch. To where it's like really zooming up on him sitting on the throne. Like, he fucking, like, he is at his fucking final straw. So honestly, with the way that the story ended, y'all gotta hear me out on this. My personal opinion, despite the fact there was an emulator and I downloaded the game, this game was absolutely impeccably great. There was a lot of moments in this game that really, like, fucking made it enjoyable. The maps were absolutely amazing to look at, especially in the underground sections with Poseidon's head. That was really fucking cool to look at, and it really gave a really awesome look. Like, it really gave an awesome imagery look, especially like size perspective to how like small Kratos' head is compared to fucking Poseidon's giant statue head. You know, it's like it really gave you perspective on just how large it is. But it's not just how like everything looks compared to him, it's just how everything looks regardless. You know, the game was absolutely amazing. Graphic wise, everything was really fucking cool. And the fucking, gosh, what was that giant monster in the beginning? Alex, what was the name of the fucking creature? Not Calypso, that was his mom. It was the other one, the one with the C name, I can't fucking remember. What up? He'll tell me in the comment. He'll tell me in the editing. But it's like, it wasn't just that, but it was also like the first time experience of meeting a Titan that fucking like didn't try to kill you. You know, it's like in Chains of Olympus, you fucking had Atlas that was trying to kill you. But then when you meet Thera, she was the first Titan that actually wanted to help. And that was because Gaia knew that Kratos was their salvation. But it wasn't just that, it was what she gave you in return, because that was something that you didn't get in Chains of Olympus. You didn't get any power from the fucking Titans. You got the powers from, like, just, you know, fucking, you didn't get anything from them. All you got from any of the fucking gods was just a gauntlet, and that's it. You didn't get any special powers. I mean, maybe you did, I don't remember. But it wasn't really all that great, especially since they were fucking taken by force. But Thera, she gave it willingly in return for her freedom. And then you got to meet other, like, interesting characters that completely took me by surprise when you got to fucking meet King Midas. And it was really heartbreaking to see King Midas, who was like already a broken man, who already fucking like lost his marbles, lost his family, and felt that his only freedom from his curse was to drown in the river of Styx, not knowing that the river of Styx was actually lava. And so it's like his tragic life in that was very interesting and fucked up in a way, because we pretty much threw him in the lava just to freeze the lava to climb up the fucking golden lava falls. You know, so it was scandalous to really fucking kill him in that. But there was another deity that really fucking, like, that actually did piss me off. It was Aranus that fucking got on my nerves. You know, especially with the emulator, it was very fucking aggravating. Like, for an hour, I kept fucking doing that whole fucking, like, circle button that fucking was supposed to pull her down. most obnoxious fucking hour in that whole entire match. Especially since your life was already low. And every time that you keep pulling her, she keeps smacking into you, killing you. Over and over. For a fucking hour of that. It was aggravating as shit. And after a while, I fucking, like, messed with the buttons a bit to make it easier and really make it tolerably useful and fun. To a point to where I successfully did it. So it's like, granted the emulator was irksome, but it was doable, you know? It's like, the worst case scenario is if I can leave the episode at that and never finish the series. I did not want that. That wouldn't be fair on me, and that wouldn't be fair on you. You know, to not see the whole game come to an end. So, if it meant fucking spending days trying it again and again and again, then I would have done it. You know, because I would want y'all to enjoy this series from beginning to end. So, Aranis was a bitch to fucking fight, but it was really fun. And it really gave me perspective on another being that I never heard of. Like, oh shit, I never heard of this chick. She's the fucking daughter of Thanatos. Wow, I learned something interesting. I didn't even know who Thanatos was when I first played Ghosts of Sparta. But it's like, that game introduced me to beings I never heard of. You know, it's like, I never heard of Thera, I never heard of Thanatos, I never heard of Aranis until the game came out and I played it and fucking gave me perspective of like, oh wow, this is who they are. Great, you know? So it's like, it really fucking took me by surprise and it really gave me insight on other deities, and it was really cool. It was fun. It was a fun game. So graphic wise, every one of them was really dope. Character wise, they were very enjoyable. Aranis was a bitch to fight, but it was fun. Thanatos, not as hard as his daughter, for that most, but he was still fucking, it was still fun fighting him as a final boss. Granted, he wasn't that hard. You know, it's like I expected his daughter to be simple and him to be hard, considering he is the final boss. But he wasn't. But it doesn't really change the fact that it was still great. And then you get to fucking go down the market of Sparta, and that was a really cool little walk down his memory lane. And then you get to see his childhood when him and Deimos training his kids. It was really touching for a small moment until everything completely went to shit, you know. But honestly, it's like, story-wise, it was absolutely amazing. I don't remember what I gave Chains of Olympus. It was probably 5 or above or something. I don't remember. But story-wise, it was great. I loved every bit of it. Graphics, amazing to look at, despite the fact that it was an emulator game. It was a bit choppy during recording, especially with the audio and the glitching. But I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? And character-wise, everyone in that game was really awesome. But honestly, game itself, or the music as well, was really dope. I really liked the music. It really stayed very Greek. But all in all, for the game itself, I would give Ghosts of Sparta a 10. A solid 10. You know, because the game was still great regardless. Challenging, but it was great. There were some moments that pissed me off, but I mean, it's supposed to be, you know? It's not supposed to be some fun, simple, blast through kind of game, you know? It was enjoyably fun, because it's supposed to be, you know? So, all in all, I would absolutely, without a doubt, say that the Ghost of Sparta is a 10 out of 10 game for me. Granted, I give a lot of games 10 out of 10, but that's because I thoroughly enjoy even the little details, you know? It's like, if there was something that I didn't like about the game, obviously I would let y'all know. But honestly, it's like, it's just a little minor stuff that's just not that big a deal to make me fucking drop a number down. You know, it's like, I mean, it it was fine, you know, it was complicated, it was challenging. But who gives a shit, you know? It's like, it doesn't change the fact that it was still good. Same with Candleman. I had a bitch of a time through some levels, but it was still fun, and it was still doable, you know? The only time that I would really drop a rating on a game is if it was the game itself, you know, that it was done poorly or something. But obviously, this game was absolutely amazing to play. God of War, Ghost of Sparta. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Great fucking game. One of the best out of the PSP games. But that's just my thought. Y'all can let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's another game review that we fucking done. Add that to the list of other game reviews that I've recorded for you. But y'all can let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I will see y'all in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.